glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. The future is coming on.
Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Now, time for me is nothing cause I'm counting no A's. Nah, I couldn't be there. Nah, you shouldn't be scared. I'm good at repair.
Want my perspective because it's just a different perspective because you're still black, nigga.
Can you believe this guy calling me the N-word? That's how you know he's the real black guy over here.
That's how we know you're white, Phoenix. You just literally said the N-word.
Exactly.
only I can say that.
Nigga,
only I can say that.
And not nigger. We were watching the video of the professor or teacher who said,
"Oh my god,
yeah.
I remember that."
Yeah,
I haven't seen what video. Wait, hold on.
So it's on the Boondocks. They made a parody of this guy said, "What's up, nigga?" And he's an older white guy. He said to a black kid, and it was this big controversy to get on the news. And when they were interviewing him, he's explaining himself, and he has a poster, which he's correct. In my opinion, he's correct. He's like, I said nigga, not nigger. Like, what's up, my nigga?
It is the funniest thing in the world.
He's right. He did. He
used it correctly, but he used it.
To be honest, there shouldn't be a single teacher who should be saying nigga.
I agree.
He played himself. That was his mistake.
I gotta find it. There's a video.
Also, Ethan, I did see that rap video.
I love that video.
Jesus
it's
Christ.
so terrible.
Yeah, so I was speaking of that video, which is Jesus Christ is my nigga. That teacher who said nigga to that black student has seen way too many like poverty teacher movies. You know, when like the white teacher goes into this impoverished school and she brings up the test scores and she gets involved in the culture.
I know exactly what you're talking about.
Yeah, I had this moment of existential dread, like earlier this week or last week, when I realized I had a moment when I was in that exact same position, and so during the March Madness, when Loyola was doing the basketball game, that weekend.
Yeah.
So they showed that Morgan Freeman movie where he goes the "Lean on Me" song.
Oh.
And when I was watching that movie, I had like the most surreal flashback where I was like, hold on a second, hold on here. I was one of those students in this movie. Not literally, but like when James, I tell you about the story about the teacher doing Crank That right before.
Oh God, no, you haven't.
So no, I told Ethan. So it's because we're in Chicago. It's the ISAT. What was the standardized test?
I think that's what it was. I don't know.
No, ISAT is. I'm thinking of PSAT.
Yeah.
But whatever the standardized test for elementary school is, it's the day before it happened. They just like in any of those movies, they had their own conference. We all had to go into the gym / lunchroom / theater room. So we get in there. There's no seats because they don't. It's a gym room, so they don't have enough seats for like 300 people. So we're all sitting on the floor. I get in there. There's already music playing, and on the stage is this white teacher, and she has black hoodie, black shirt, jeans, some Air Jordans or some ripoff, black sunglasses. She looks like Eazy-E, essentially. A mixture of Eazy-E and she had the Flavor Flav replica giant clock around her neck, and she has her arms folded and her back kind of turned to the side, like she's about to break dance.
Oh.
Oh dear God, no.
And apparently this is an annual thing.
It's annual?
Because I was only there for 1 year and then I was gone.
Oh no.
So my girl was like, get out! Get out! Send me, that's when I went to Christ Our Savior right afterwards. So,
Okay, that explains a lot then.
Soldier Boy just got popular at this point. And so she has the boombox also. It's the entire cliche. They announce, all right, guys, it's time for the pep rally for the standardized test exam with this teacher, blah, 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 blah. The cool teacher, as most people saw her.
Karen McDougal.
Let's go with Karen McDougal. Press the play button. Da, 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 da. Oh,
I'm so upset.
And then she does the entire Soldier Boy dance for the entire song. All of it. She yuled.
Oh no.
That's impressive.
She's Superman. She's everything in that song she did. And because we're a majority black, like poverty-stricken school, everyone except for me started standing up and dancing with her, like giving her a standing ovation and dancing as she's doing this. And I'm looking at this like, even back then I was looking at it like, what's the stupidity that's going on here? Why are we allowing this to happen? What's up with this?
Why are we letting this happen?
I can't wait to tell that story to somebody in any of my classes about colonialism.
And
Can't wait for
the principal, most of the teachers are black. It's just like this, like a couple of white teachers with her being the cool one because she did this every year to whatever was the hippest dance.
Wow.
Oh man. I don't even want to know what she does now.
Man.
Not again.
Because it was like
Probably like Cardi B.
10, 11 years ago.
Bodak Yellow.
Oh. If you wanted to dance
Wow.
now.
That was a tangent.
Actually, no. Here's the tangent. Because
God.
I was since we have our honorary black guy over here.
I hate you.
Yeah,
Clap.
you should. Do you know the way?
I'm leaving.
So, Texas and I were having a conversation about rap music, and he pointed out to
God.
me, there's no more dance songs. So I was
You're right.
because I was telling him about doing the Bernie. You remember the Bernie song?
The
Like
if
Bernie.
I hear it,
Bernie.
if I hear it, maybe.
Anyway, so I was pointing
Send him a
out,
link or something, yeah.
or you remember the song "Hit the Quan"?
Yeah, I remember Hit the Quan.
And so it's been like 3 to 4 years, and we haven't had a dance song in a while. It's like no one make dance songs anymore.
Yeah, there's no specific like dance songs. There's songs that people like end up making dances out of for like a week or two.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But there's no songs like the cha-cha slide where they're telling you, hey, you're gonna dance to this like this.
Yeah, or the Soldier Boy.
I don't know why that is. Maybe it's the turn of the century.
No, I don't think so. I think
no.
it's just a lull, because
No.
this tends to happen. That music will be like dance themed, and then it'll back off and be like, "No, it's okay. We're like really serious, and we're trying." And then you end up with
Sipping
stuff
tea,
like
you're
Kendrick, and then you will get back to dancing in a couple of years. It's just like a matter of time. But what's going to happen is all of us are going to be like, "Man, it's not real dance music. Back in our day, we had like real dance music, and now it's just like
Yeah, like
kids
doing the
eating
cat
Tide
daddy.
Pods.
Or like Lean Back.
Lean back."
Such a dumb dance.
The Laffy Taffy, bruh.
Shake that Laffy Taffy.
That Laffy Taffy, good. Oh God. I have
That's it.
never heard this.
You've never heard that song?
I've never heard this.
Apparently, it's really big in Texas because I saw
Why?
because there's a guy in this at a Spurs stadium dancing to it.
Texas is a very weird place. Though.
Texas is so the state of Texas is so weird.
Like the thought of Texas in general makes me uncomfortable. I don't think I could go there.
It's like mini Australia at one point, and then you have like you can't like sell alcohol on Sundays, or like all the stores are closed on Sunday, and then at the same time you have like so much business and people doing the Bernie just at another point. Just everything about Texas is weird. It's also so super deadly.
Yeah, I would say super deadly.
Yeah, has one of the most dangerous snakes in the world.
That's where Six Flags is from.
Didn't it have a different name originally?
Six Flags Over Texas. That's their first one was called Six Flags Over Texas. That's because Texas in that area has been owned by, or like run by, 6 different countries and or groups.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Texas is a weird place.
Well then, you ready to get this podcast started?
Yeah.
All right. Welcome to the insert. I can't every time I mess it up.
Roll the intro.
Welcome to the Incest Podcast.
Incest podcast. We're all from Alabama here.
Yeah.
Eat that
I'm
watermelon.
actually
Eat
mad
that
because my dad's
watermelon.
side is from Alabama.
Well, most of my family is from originally Mississippi.
Deep South represent.
No, screw the South.
I
My whole
agree.
family's from Chicago.
Keep me in North, the north side.
Pronounce that again.
North.
There we go.
Yeah.
Norf, North.
Yes.
That's
like
how that's how the Nordics
Vince
say it. That's how
Staples
the
song.
Nordic people say it. Yeah.
But the actual title, Insert Disc Podcast.
Hi.
Hi. So,
Today
It's-
we
it's-
have me, Ethan.
yep.
We have Phoenix, and we have Black.
Hello.
And together we form the Oreo group.
Yeah, I was about to say, as the token white guy of the group, I am proud to be the double stuff in the center.
All right, it's time to go.
Yeah. All right, guys. That was a nice podcast.
That's the end of the podcast. We'll see you all next week. Hopefully, stay you, stay beautiful. We're out.
Ooh. Thanks, Ethan. So,
You're welcome.
since you're not here very often, Black, tell us how you had a week.
My week's been okay. It's just been the usual grind.
What kind of grind?
Trying to get my life together for one. But I know y'all ain't here for all that, so we're gonna talk about the games.
No. That's a point of this segment.
Well, I'm going back to college. I'm getting a job soon.
Where are you going?
They got this Purdue Global, so I can do my classes online, which is gonna help if I can get my license that I've been working on.
Mm-hmm.
Back on track.
Yeah, I'm getting right back on track. And besides that, I've just been trying to finish up games. Dot hack, some Digimon, a lot of fighters.
So when are we going to see you at Evo?
Hopefully next year.
Or no. You're going to be at the ASIN tournament. There's going to be a Dragon Ball Fighter Z tournament at the ASIN.
Fighters. It's just fighters. It's just fighters.
No, screw you.
Z. No,
Because-
the Z is the S at the end. It's the Z.
No, I know
Fighters.
that. But it's either Dragon Ball Z Fighters or I'm going to say Z after Fighters.
You're supposed to say the Z after the fighters. It's Dragon Ball Fighters.
No, what I meant is Dragon Ball Fighter Z. That
Ethan,
Z
as
is being separated.
The third person here, right? How do you read this word?
Say it again.
I put it in the chat. Ethan, how do you say that word?
Fighters.
That's it. It's
Yeah,
Dragon Ball
no,
Fighters.
I agree with you, but I hate the title so much. I'm putting that Z separated from the word
Why?
because I want it like that. I'd rather be Dragon Ball Z Fighters or Dragon Ball Fighter Z that Z has to be separated since most of the characters are from Z.
You see what I gotta put up with?
It's what man. You decided your exact wording was, let's do some bad shit. Ooh,
I mean, you're right.
That kind of peaked.
Right.
So bad shit is changing the title of a fighting game. Anyway, go on with your week.
That's been it mostly. I'm trying to grind to get to my my yellow square in fighters. I'm finished up one story of dot hack, starting another one, and that's been about it.
Okay. Ethan, what about you? Ooh. All right.
Ooh. I think our CPU nerd has crashed, so we're gonna have to give him a minute.
Yep, we're gonna have to reboot. He said, my family just got home and my internet just took a shit. Sorry, my quality shit. My internet just gave up. 2 different messages.
Big rip. Pouring out for the homie.
So originally Chris was supposed to be on, but then his internet went to shit. It's all about that summer heat.
It's something about like Indiana and Illinois around this time of the year.
That's how they get you.
You're right.
The New World Order ruins your internet so they can force you to go outside and drive for 2 or at a maximum of 2 hours to the Lake Michigan beach so you can spend all your money on the tourist attractions of Navy Pier.
And if you don't do that, you have to spend more money for better internet.
Yeah. Oh, right. I forgot. Net neutrality.
Whew, boy.
Yeah. Sorry. I have to, he says he's reset internet. I have to tell him we'll continue on. So I'll start with my week next.
Yes, please do.
So my week's, well, part of telling my week requires Ethan, since you're part of my week. But so have you seen the movie Psycho?
Psycho?
Yeah, the Alfred Hitchcock movie.
I think so. It's been a while.
It's the one with the
Yes, I have. I know exactly what that is.
So so for college I took one of my film classes I had to take. It was one based on the entire discography. Would you call it that? Anyway, of
Filmography?
Probably of Hitchcock. And I have to say, Hitchcock is overrated.
You think so?
I mean, this is coming from not a film student. Because if you're looking at it as like a film critic, he has a lot of tech. He's like
a lot of tech.
Yeah, he's like a fighting game player. He has some tech. He's been into the lab. But from like a general audience, which is usually how I view movies in class, I'm like, it's all right. It's not based on time, like when he's making his movies. It's literally just like watching the movies themselves. I'm like, it's not that interesting when you actually get down to it. He definitely likes to, like, he hides behind the idea of suspense, but then it'll be like, none of this really matters.
Yeah, that is very Hitchcock.
And the worst part, and this is now coming from a film student, is so you learn this in your freshman year about the classical Hollywood method of making movies. So usually how it works is, okay, you have this central conflict, and then you have this other conflict that's just as important. And so the second conflict is always, will the two love interests get together in the end? In the classical
it's Hollywood, so
yes, that's how Hollywood works. They always get together. So any conflict where something interrupts that, it's going to get resolved. And that's a lot of like Hitchcock movies where it's like, oh no, will these two be able to bone each other in the end of the movie? Of course not. Of course, yeah. Because, it's a Hollywood movie. And so any suspense that might be built up just doesn't happen.
Hey, talk to him. Keep going. Talk
Yeah.
to him, dog.
Hey, most people will probably disagree and say something more technical than what I'm saying, because I'm essentially retarded when it comes to film.
You're not. You are not. You know
I'm
your stuff
alive.
for the most part. There he
Uh,
is.
I was just talking about why I don't like Hitchcock, or I think he's overrated. Because I feel like the classical Hollywood method ruins any aspect of enjoying Hitchcock.
Okay. Sorry about that. Really, the whole house's internet died.
Yeah.
Okay, why don't you like Hitchcock?
Oh, because the classical Hollywood method ruins all suspense that he built up.
What classic Hollywood method?
Well, so our class taught that. I'm going to repeat this a second time. Our class taught that the classical Hollywood method is there's always a love interest that happens in the middle of the main conflict, and that always has to be resolved with them getting together.
Oh, and Hitchcock has a lot of that, correct?
Yeah, because a lot of the conflicts ends up getting in the way of that happening.
Yeah, not the best.
Also, your impression of Hitchcock was spot on last week.
Last week?
Yeah, when we were playing Star Wars, I was talking about Hitchcock, and you gave your impression. It was a really good one.
Oh, right.
Sounds just like him, because we watched a trailer in which Hitchcock was speaking, and I was like, hold on a second, is that Ethan here? Is Ethan around?
I was a little drunk at the time.
Oh,
Okay, I can do it. I
drunk.
think I can do it again. With my films, I often try to exacerbate most of the conflict and attempt, at the least, to resolve real human conditions. Thoughts?
I was gonna say, James, later on after this, go look up the trailer.
That was good. That was good.
Look up the trailer for Psycho, in which he goes through the house and listen to how he talks. It's just that, a little bit faster, but he sounds just like him.
I tried to slow him down a bit.
Yeah.
I've heard him talk a few times, but like I got you.
So the other half of my week, and I the reason why I was talking about film instead of what my actual week was because James was part of my week, and so it would have been dumb talking to him about our week. So
What did you guys do together?
we played Overwatch.
Oh,
I saw this man die on screen.
You mentioned that to me the other day. You're like, James has gone into the sunken place.
Okay, hold on. I was in the shallow realm, not the sunken place.
I didn't say sunken place, but that's a good one.
Okay, yeah.
That's
my
a
bad.
good one though. He did get sunken placed.
I was shallow realm. I was Yugi's grandpa in the beginning of Yu-Gi-Oh, dog. I was on the other side of the TV.
So we were playing comp, and then I'm playing my Smurf. Chris is playing on the Smurf because we're trying to get Ronald into platinum before the season ended, which we didn't.
Of course.
And so as we were playing, Chris was like, "All right, please be able to map. Please be able to map," because he guys groove back. I don't know how, but he got his groove back.
It just happened, dog.
And he was like, "I need some Widow maps," and then back to back to back to back Widow maps, and he just instant pick the Widow pick. And so every time we're in a 4-stack. So instantly, every time Chris plays Widow, it's like someone else outside the 4-stack picks another DPS, and then it's me, James, and Ronald going, "All right, guys, which one of us is gonna go healer? Which one of us is gonna go tank?"
Yeah. You trade off the sadness.
Exactly. And then as the matches are going, we just kept losing. Even though, so Chris is having a good time. He's getting his picks. But then we have our other two teammates are just shitting the bed back to back, no matter what we do. We could be playing out of our mind, and this is exactly where Ronald died. Because I saw him die, like murdered mid match. We had a Symmetra on defense, right? So it was like, all right, that's cool. That makes sense. I don't know. It was one of those 2 CP points, I think. No, it was 1 CP point.
It was like 1 CP, I think.
I just can't remember which one it was. Maybe Hollywood, something like that.
It was a Widow map for sure.
Yeah.
Probably
So
Hollywood then.
On defense, we killed it. The Symmetra was doing her job. We played around her. Yada yada yada. I think I was playing killer this match. Second round, rear on offense. We see Symmetra. And I look at that, and then you hear Ronald just sends a message going, "Oh my God!" He sends it in the chat. I look at, and as soon as I see the Symmetra, I look at Ronald's icon, and I want to say, "Don't worry, we're going to win this."
What you say? That you only.
Don't worry, we're going to win this.
I want you to do me a favor, Phoenix. In the actual episode, I want you to put a title card up, a black card, in white letters that says the team did not win this, like Sonny with a chance. All right.
No, wrong pitch. So that happens, and then we lose because Symmetra is like a one trick, and they really wanted to make Symmetra work.
Wow.
Yeah.
I never see that.
And then that was when Ronald died. And then as the match kept going on, James started dying as we kept losing and losing and losing, and he had to keep playing Healer or Orisa because, Chris is playing Widow.
And the issue wasn't Chris playing Widow. He's a good Widow. He's doing his job. It's just that everyone else wasn't. Besides our group that was communicating, everyone else just wasn't. We had a Torb way too often.
Yeah, we were getting all these weird defense one tricks.
So many Torbs just came out of nowhere this past 2 weeks.
I don't know where they're coming from.
Did something happen in Overwatch League with Torb?
Not to my knowledge.
Dallas played Torb once during the
That's
Overwatch
it.
League.
Yeah, that's it right there.
But Dallas kept losing, so I don't know why.
That was stage 1.
Yeah, okay, that's different.
No. That's how it happens. Same with League of Legends. Whenever someone does something insane or just plays a character really well, one time, everyone and their mother will start playing that character.
Oh no, it was terrible. They didn't even win that match.
Yeah, I remember.
They got shit on.
I don't know why they did that, but oh my god.
Yeah, it might have been Siegel. That's probably why. I think Siegel did it. That's probably why.
Siegel, wherever you are, I hate you.
Damn. So then the following day, Chris goes, "Hey, you want to play comp?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm down." Ronald's like, "Sure," and then James goes, "No." Just doesn't say anything else.
I'm sorry, James.
He doesn't explain why. He just goes, "No."
I understand. This happens to me every week because Kelsey likes to play with me because she doesn't like to solo queue that much, but she will if she has to, which is all the time. And she'll be on Tuesdays, she'll be like, "Hey, you want to play?" And I'm like, "Yeah, sure, I'll play a couple hours." I walk away in the sunken place, and on Wednesday night she's like, "Hey, you want to play?" And I just go, "No." Just no. Never again. She's like, "No, it's fine." And then the weekend comes, she's like, "Do you still want to play?" I'm like, "No. She's like, "Okay, fine. Yeah, I get it."
Leave me alone.
She's a Moira main. She doesn't understand.
I thought she played Bastion.
Mobility. No, she stopped playing Bastion. She's got 20 hours on Bastion, but it's 35 hours on Moira. She's almost 2 stars. She needs a life.
Yeah. No. Some of these people, on PlayStation, really need a life. We've been encountering more and more Plat players. Plat Border.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot more keyboard and mouse, which is why are you playing keyboard and mouse in a console game?
Let me get to that part of the story. of the adventures of Chris and I, which I wish Chris was here so that I can hear his salt, because this gets, you know, if that was bad, Ethan, it gets worse.
Oh no!
So after the final match with Nepal, where I popped off and just killed everyone, me and Chris gets back on. Ronald leaves early because his internet started messing up. His internet started messing up. I'm under the suspicion he just didn't want to play anymore. So Chris and I continue playing. Later in our play session, we go against a 5-stack on Nepal. And this lady, Chris and I are looking at it, like, Girl Capri. All right, that's a bad name. That's not very interesting. She instant locked that Widow. Pow, 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 pow. Just murdered all of us. Headshots. And then Chris, as he always does, goes for the counter Widow matchup.
Well, you have to.
Yeah, but you could have went dive.
Yeah,
which is what we did afterwards.
Yeah, that dive is a secondary for a lot of Widow players. So I agree with him. Counter Widow is a good choice, unless it doesn't work.
Not this match. It didn't work. It didn't. Ooh, every time, as soon as she see you, she'll whip around, headshot you. And she was not only, and Chris was going, that might be mouse and keyboard. And then our other teammates who weren't part of our group were also saying that. And I was playing Reaper.
Nice.
And then Chris was getting really fed up at this point. We lose because it's a 5-stack. They're communicating. They have this really good sniper for some reason, who should be in a higher rank, to be honest.
Smurf account, you think?
Probably. The worst part, so here's where it gets really bad. So after the match is over, she sends a message to Chris saying, "Yikes!" Exclamation point. Leave the sniping for the professionals. She sent that to Chris.
Fuck off.
Trash. Actual trash. Pure scum.
That is pure scum. That is a situation where I wish I would have been there playing Zen and could have popped off. Because there is nothing more fun to troll a good Widow than killing her as Zen. Let me tell you. I did it all tonight. I played about an hour tonight. And I popped off. I popped off on a Widow. And she was so, like, you know how I told you before about how I love when people get upset and then they start targeting you because they're upset at you? I popped off on that Widow at the beginning of the match, and she, went out of her way to get me the rest of the match, but it was still worth it. Absolutely worth it.
I don't think there's any of us could do against that Widow.
Well, I know, yeah, no. She was keyboard and mouse, for sure.
Yeah.
But.
Well, I mean, it's whatever. We lost. I'm not going to, cry about keyboard and mouse. You can't prove it. It's a hard thing to prove.
Mm-hmm.
So, but that's not the worst part for Chris. So, the following day, Chris gets sent messages by her white knights that were part of her 5-stack after the fact, also trashing him.
The fuck?
Yeah. And so ever since then, I don't know. I have no idea. It was I felt bad afterwards, but it was kind of funny in my head.
Can you spell toxic community? Jesus.
Very toxic. Besides that, I've been trying to get into Masters since I'm currently 3400s.
Yeah.
And every time, as soon as I said to myself, all right, time to get into Masters, that's when the world conspired to stop me.
I know that feeling.
That's why I never say it out loud, dog.
It's a good idea.
Yeah. So next season, in 2 days, I'm going to try and get the Masters on my main account.
Next season, I'm going to try and stay in gold.
Yeah. Or get into plat.
Tried that this season. Started in silver.
Hey, were you doing what I told you to do?
When I could.
When you could. All right.
Emotionally.
So, Ethan, how was your week?
Well, hold on a sec. I'm eating pizza.
I mean, it's better than playing Yu-Gi-Oh! Midstream. Hey, James, are you playing something right now?
Nope.
All right, I just had to make sure.
Chris usually plays something while we're chatting. That always makes me laugh. So my week was really stressful. I didn't do a ton of gaming this week. I played a bit of games. Well, Tuesday nights I work late, and that job usually does nothing happens, so I end up either watching streams or playing games.
Mm-hmm.
And I watched the new episode from the season premiere of Westworld, and then played 2 hours of Tropico. And I love Tropico 5. It's so relaxing. And then I played that on Thursday as well, and then yesterday I played that, and then a bit of Overwatch. And Overwatch went meh. And Tropico's great.
All right. I also mentioned I've been playing more God of War.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
How's it going?
Oh, it's so
great.
it's so good.
It's that good, huh?
I have like
Go ahead.
2 hours left of the game.
You bought the game?
I have the game.
All right, go ahead.
And it's been great, dog. The whole ride has been great.
I don't know. You know, it's just a clone of The Last of Us.
Nah,
it's nothing like God of War.
Nah, this is still God of War. This is much more refined, and that's what I wanted, especially from the combat system.
That's what, Ethan. I now know. Like, sometimes when you tell me how you feel like you're outside of the community, or you don't like when people tell you you're wrong about your opinion. Like that's how I feel now about God of War. Like so many, like I don't know why. I go on Facebook and I'll read comments of people like calling this God of War like not God of War at all, or it's like Dark Souls. It's a Dark Souls clone, like and all this other bullshit.
Now you know how I feel.
Honestly, I don't know where those people are getting that from.
I don't know either.
The rolling, you can roll. You know, you can roll.
Oh,
combat roll.
The camera's a little bit closer to the character, totally not like God of War at all.
Which the camera kind of has to be close because your main thing, especially in the beginning, is using the axe. And hey, you kind of got to see where this axe flies, so you can keep track of it. You know. Like I don't know. I never got the complaints for that. The combat too. Okay, so I'm not like flying around, whipping stuff around. I don't need that because this is tighter and this is like kind of better. It's not as sporadic.
It's tighter and it's more creative. Like even you would probably like God of War. If you never played it, essentially you're just hitting square, 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 triangle, and then blocking occasionally and rolling, and that's kind of the end of it.
Okay.
It's like a beat 'em up. It's more of a beat 'em up in that case. In this game, they don't give you as many combos, but they allow you to shrink it in your own way. Instead, so you can go from like a normal light string and then cancel it into a sweep or a knock up, and then like you can do more stuff, or you can like throw your axe, trip the enemy, or chuck in someone's head, freeze them, run at a different person, start beating them up with your fist, pull your axe back to finish them off. It's like
that's kind of cool.
Yeah, there's a lot of more cool stuff you can do in this one.
I don't know, Phoenix, but you're not fighting the gods in the first 5 seconds, so is it really God of War? I don't know.
Actually, it's Lumberjack. You know, you're right, Ethan. It's Lumberjack Simulator. The first 5 seconds is you chopping a tree. That's the very first thing you do in the game, is chop a tree very violently. Like, he gets angry. He just goes, and just chop the tree and knock it down.
That's a really good impression of Christopher Judge, I gotta say.
Christopher
That
Judge.
voice actor. That's so accurate to how he sounds.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about spoilers. So, James, I assume you're like, are you at a point where you want to slap Atreus?
No, I'm over that now.
You passed that point. All right.
Yeah.
Good.
He's okay. So I have a very love-hate relationship with the boy
Boy, you are not ready.
because, like, all right. So without getting into spoilers,
Yeah.
number one, I hate how he calls him boy only because like my father does the same thing, and it immediately irritated me. Like, no, you guys don't understand. He will never call me James. He'll either say son or kid. And he does the same thing for my brother. And I honestly think it's only because he does that so he doesn't make sure he gets our names mixed up.
Boy!
He'll never say, like, James, come here. He'll be like, hey, kid.
Boy.
I'm like, wow, okay. Well, that works for, like, all four of them. All right, that works. Keep going. Son, that works for 2 out of the 4. Good job. But, like, Atreus, at first I was like, okay, he's a very book-smart kid, but not street-smart. So seeing him be wide-eyed about the world was, like, it was okay. I didn't have an issue with it. There's a point after that where he gets very annoying. And then he kind of redeems himself again. And then immediately gets even more
He
annoying than
becomes
that.
such a dick.
Very. I wanted to smack him. I wanted to bend him with my knee and give him a whooping.
Where's your Switch?
So this is on. I think, and this is probably like one of the best things about God of War, even though a lot of people want to trash it because it's about a father and a son experience, and they like
But it's
compare it
always
to
been
Last
that,
of Us.
though.
What?
It's always been father and son, though. That's Greek mythology.
Yeah,
It's not the same, James. You're not killing a god within 5 seconds of the game starting. It's not real God of War.
there's a fight
Hashtag
scene
not real God of
like
War.
you fight a god really early on, and it's one of the hypest fights in the game.
I
He
watched the
suplexes
clip.
you.
You watched it? Dude, the cinematography on that fight is amazing.
It's really good.
Yeah,
No, because Funhouse played it for a video. They played God of War, and they made fun of the fact that people compare the old God of War and the new God of War. They said, okay, so we're about the 10-minute mark. Where are we on the 10-minute mark of the last God of War? And it like cuts to someone like Kratos fighting someone big. I don't know the games that well, but it's like fighting something huge and like taking up the whole screen, and it cuts back to like, he's talking to his son. All right, comparison over.
yep. That's been every God of War. Just straight. Every main line was always like straight to the action.
But I don't mind that, though, this time, because this isn't the same game, and he isn't the same Kratos.
Exactly. He's a different person, and he's older.
A lot
And
older,
black
like, my
man.
God.
Like
He was always...
He's voiced by a black guy.
yeah.
Hey, Kratos was always black.
All right. Anyway, so one of the cool things I think about having a father-son relationship in this game is when Atreus becomes a dick. So in the game, you have him as your sidekick, and he's like way more involved than most like sidekicks because there's an active button for him, and he can shoot arrows, he can attack enemies, he can. Oh, this is my favorite thing is like if an enemy's about to attack you from behind, Ethan, he'll scream, "Watch out, behind you!" and let you know before you get attacked.
so helpful.
And as the game progresses, he gets more confident. So one thing that could happen is like if enemies about to attack you, he'll shoulder rush them and bump them out of the way before they hit you. Or if you're in the
It's
middle
really
of a combo,
nice.
he'll choke them so you can just start beating the shit out of them instead.
Yeah, like, the combo attacks with him are honestly, like, my favorite thing,
You pop
along
it-
with, like, sending things with the arrows.
You pop an enemy off, he'll jump off your back over the enemy like Legolas and then shoot them. Just like,
Holy shit!
But so as the game progresses and when he starts becoming a dick, the game won't tell you, but he'll just stop helping you.
Yeah, you notice it. He'll just stop helping you.
Yeah, like you'll tell him to do something and he just won't do it.
Oh shit!
He doesn't tell you. The game doesn't tell you. You have to assume that from the point in the story.
And it's fairly obvious too if you've been like paying attention.
Yeah.
Because his dialogue changes a lot too, like the things he'll say between combat.
How he stand also changes. Like
Yeah, even in the pause menu, his stance is different after that.
Like, there's a lot of attention to detail in the relationship.
Wow, I like that actually. That's pretty cool.
I
Yeah.
do too.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff I like. Man, okay, so all right.
Yeah.
I'm pretty happy with that. I like
Really,
that.
it's really good narrative.
It's-
The cinematography still
It's
gives
great.
you that God of War feel, even though
The
he's not.
locations.
Yeah.
They did the 9 realms or 12 realms. I don't remember exactly how many. They did it justice, dog.
Yeah. There's a lot of interesting things happen. The fighting. Yeah, this game is There's no reason if you play this God of War to go back and play the older ones.
The only reason I'd say to go back and play the other ones is to see where Kratos came from.
I was gonna
Because
say,
you
or to go to an inn and hit circle a bunch of times.
And then have
Okay.
sex with Aphrodite.
Look. You can play, and this is anyone. Anyone can play the new God of War. But I'd
Yes.
say you get a little more out of it if you have played or have seen the other games, because Kratos has come such a long way.
Yeah, but they still play it out. They still let you know as you're playing. Like,
Oh yeah,
here's what
Dude,
Kratos was
oh my-
beforehand.
Phoenix. I don't know how far you are, but there's a scene on the boat, and that had me shook. Like, there's moments in this game that are just, I get goosebumps sometimes. It's so good.
Oh, also, Ethan,